Welcome to Bewitching Bitches.
Get dog wise.
Welcome to Bewitching Bitches, Get Dog Wise. I'm Ricky, founder of Poochville Doggy Daycare and Adventures and Be Dog Wise. And we started this podcast because when I first met Erin, I suddenly learned that there was so much I didn't know. And I wanted to share with other dog lovers what they don't know, to empower and inspire them to give their dogs a better life.
And I'm Erin, and I've come on to do this with Ricky because essentially we have these conversations all the time and we go through it over and over, and I really wanted to be able to help others listen in on the chats that we have, myth busting, going through the stuff that you hear so frequently, and we constantly are trying to help educate others to understand that what you think is in your gut is actually right, and there's probably a lot of evidence to support it as well. So with that little sprinkling of magic, we give you the chance to be able to start implementing the changes that you feel would be best for your dog, and know whether or not it's based on evidence and science too.
Yep, Erin's definitely introduced me to science. I'm much more of a kind of impulsive, do first and think later. And Erin certainly taught me to sometimes, occasionally, Ricky, maybe just take a step back and observe and think about why. And that's been the biggest kind of revelation, I think, from our conversations is, but why? But why? Like an annoying 3-year-old, but why? But why? But why? And it might sound ridiculous, but it's so helpful because once you start digging, it all makes sense.
The why is one of the most important things that we can do. And for me, when I started out in dog training, and that was way back in 2007, asking why wasn't exactly encouraged. And so I sought more people that would give me the answers to why. And I happened to come across a vet who really encouraged me to keep asking why, which meant that I learned how to advocate for my dogs early on. I learned how to understand what was going on with them very early on. And I was really, really privileged to happen across this vet who happened to be at the local surgery. And most people don't get that opportunity. So for me, the why has started really early in my life with being a dog owner, and it's continued. And so I encourage everyone to keep asking why. And that's what we've done together as friends and as colleagues. And I think that's what's happened really. But I met Ricky in a professional capacity.
I think that's, what I was going to say is I think that is so important because it's meeting that key individual that has that evidence-based knowledge that they share with you that transforms everything. Because I've always been incredibly inquisitive. I was just getting my information from the wrong places. And when I met you, which I booked onto a canine first aid course, your dog body language talk was just a bonus that I didn't know I needed. But that dog body language course changed everything. Watching that video of Cesar Milan and you debunking the whole thing, I was like, what? He was my go-to. I'd watch his shows and I'm like, okay, what I need to do is do to my dog and it's going to understand I'm in charge.
And my question was, why? Why do you need to be in charge? Do you not control everything already?
Right. But I didn't know what I didn't know.
And you don't know what you don't know until you know. And even once you know certain things, you never stop learning. And that's why I'm so passionate about encouraging everyone to keep asking why, but also for myself. We always have to keep up to date. We have to look at what evidence is coming out. And whilst my company is Believe in Magic, the reason for it is because it's not just the science and the data, it's also the fact there's a lot we don't know. And it seems a little bit like magic. Now, there's some aspects of life with dogs that is just magic completely because we have no idea why it's working, and then we have some stuff that's starting to really sift through and show us. So some of the stuff is that my Cavalier Alfie, he used to sniff out to the millimeter the point on my mum when she had a muscular dystrophy and where it was buzzing. So to me it absolutely seemed like magic, but I now know it's science. He was able to sniff out the change in her body to that millimeter, which is just incredible. At the time, it did feel like magic. So those are the things that I really like digging into. And Ricky and I speak a lot about this stuff. We go into a lot of detail. We have a lot of debates about life with dogs and how it should be. And so we thought it was best to come together and put this out because, quite frankly, we are bewitching bitches and we enjoy speaking about dog stuff, whether it is life with your
I hope
dog.
you'll join us on that journey. Come and get into our bitch fest.
So we're going to delve into different topics each cast that we do, and everyone will be on a different item that we might be looking at within life with dogs or just general dog stuff, and then we'll go forward, and hopefully you'll join us on this journey.
I hope so.
We've been Bewitching Bitches.
See you next time.